Welcome back. Today, we are tackling a huge topic, something that's absolutely mission critical for any broadcaster: disaster recovery and business continuity. It doesn't matter if you're on-prem, in the cloud, or some hybrid of the two, you have got to have a plan for when things go sideways. Now, this is part 13 of our big 15-part deep dive, all based on that fantastic research report from Virtualization Options LLC. And today, we are zeroing in on a chapter that's all about one thing: building resilience when the unexpected happens. So let's just jump right in. I want to start with a question, one that I am pretty sure everyone in this industry has asked themselves, probably in the middle of the night. What is that one thing, that single greatest fear that keeps broadcasters up at night? Yep, you guessed it, the silence, the static, that horrible sound of nothing, dead air. It's the ultimate nightmare, isn't it? It means something has gone very, very wrong. And this whole explainer is about how we build the defenses to make sure it never, ever has to happen to you. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the mindset you need for when things go wrong. Then, we'll get practical and build out a disaster recovery blueprint. After that, we'll dive into the tech, the backup, restore, and failover systems. And finally, we'll bring it all home by talking about the team and overall business continuity. All right, let's get into it. Section 1, when things go wrong. This is really all about getting your head in the right space, setting the stage for true resilience. This quote just nails it. It really gets to the core of the modern way to think about this stuff. The goal isn't to build a system that can never, ever fail. Because let's be honest, that's impossible. The real goal is to build a system and a team that is so well prepared that a failure just becomes a manageable problem, not a complete catastrophe. It is a huge shift in mindset. Okay, so with that when, not if mindset firmly in place, let's start building our first line of defense. That brings us to Section 2, the disaster recovery blueprint. So what are we really talking about here? A disaster recovery plan, or a DR plan, isn't just some vague idea floating around in somebody's head. No way. It's a documented, structured approach. Think of it like the emergency playbook your team grabs the second something goes wrong. It takes all the guesswork out of the equation when the pressure is on. Now, this is where a DR plan goes from being just a document to being a real, effective tool. First off, it absolutely cannot be generic. It has to be tailored to your specific broadcast environment. Second, you have to define your recovery objectives. How quickly do you need to be back on the air? A minute? An hour? And finally, the procedures have to be documented so clearly that basically anyone on the recovery team can pick it up and know exactly what to do. Okay, so you've got the plan written down. Now let's talk about the technology that actually makes it all happen. Welcome to Section 3, Backup, Restore, and Failover. These are your technical fail-safes. This is really the nuts and bolts of it. It's not just about backing things up randomly. It's about figuring out what your most critical assets are, your configurations, your media, and backing them up regularly. But honestly, the most important point on this slide, the one people always forget, is testing. You have to test your restoration procedures. A backup you've never tested is not a strategy. It's just a prayer. This is a super important distinction, and people get them mixed up all the time. Think of it this way. Backup and restore is what you do after you've lost data. It's reactive. Failover, on the other hand, is about preventing the downtime in the first place. It's an automatic switch to a backup system that's already running. It's totally proactive. And that's really the bottom line. Backups are there to protect your data, your assets. But failover protects your live broadcast. The whole point is to make that switch to your redundant system so fast and so seamless that your audience, they never even know anything went wrong. But here's the thing. Even the most brilliant technology in the world is only half the story. So let's move on to our final section, Section 4, Continuity and the Team. This is all about the people and the processes that actually make the technology work. So a disaster recovery plan gets your tech back online. But a business continuity framework, that keeps the entire business running. This is a much bigger picture. It's not just an IT or engineering thing. It involves everybody: programming, sales, marketing, and it lays out exactly how the whole business functions and communicates during a crisis. And this is where the human element is just so vital. When things go wrong, you cannot have chaos. You can't have people running around wondering who's in charge. That's why having these roles defined ahead of time is absolutely non-negotiable. You need one person, a recovery team leader acting as the quarterback. You need your tech specialist executing the fix, and you need liaisons keeping the rest of the business in the loop. So really, it all comes down to this. Amazing technology can still fail if the team behind it is disorganized. A well-drilled team where every single person knows their job and knows how to communicate is what turns a potential catastrophe into just a smoothly handled incident. Okay, let's wrap this all up. What are the key takeaways? First, the mindset. You have to plan for when a disaster happens, not if. Second, the tech. Build yourself a really strong technical backbone with both robust backup for your data and seamless failover for your broadcast. And third, and maybe most importantly, remember that ultimate success always depends on your people and your processes. And I'm going to leave you with this one last thought to chew on. It's great that you have a plan written down, sitting on a hard drive somewhere. That's a fantastic start, but it's not the finish line. A plan is only as good as the last time you tested it. So the real question you have to ask yourself isn't, do we have a plan? The real question is it proven? Thanks for watching.